Hello, Yadi Nano, and then the output should be default. There we go. How's this tea? Is it better? I hope so. Okay. There we go. There you are. Yay! Okay, awesome. I feel like, uh, first of all, this is too high up. Okay, we gotta turn off this light. Okay. Is this better? I hope so. Awesome. Thank you. So, on this channel, it gives me a chance to like record like this. And then, so you see how like it looks like I'm looking at my TV. Like that's or like a TV, but then there's space in the back cuz it's a window. Like I love that. Let's see. I feel like Restream doesn't have a good instructions about how to add chat to your live stream. So I'm sorry about that. Hold on. 1 second. Ooh. Yay. Yay. Okay, now I can see. All right. So, in the few short minutes that I was gone, I saw this video and it was like, is the C uh, is the CIA using Pokemon Go to spy on us? What? Let's watch. And then and let's discuss as we go. Cause what is this talking about? Um, that's not exactly like the best thing, I guess. Here we go. Okay. Oop, 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 oop. That's to keep recording. And then so let's do this.
Today's video is brought to you by our friends over at Brilliant, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, where is sound going to real speaker?
Do you want to actually learn something new in the fields of mathematics, data analysis, programming, or even artificial intelligence in a fun, actual, effective way that'll stick with you versus just trying to memorize everything? Ladies and gentlemen, Brilliant is a learning platform designed to be uniquely effective with actual approaches that are designed with lessons built from the ground up. So whether you're somebody with actually no expertise in a topic or you're somebody with some advanced level of knowledge, you will always be able to learn something new in a method proven to be 6 times more effective than just watching lecture videos on the internet. Plus, all the content on Brilliant is created by an award-winning team of teachers and professionals from MIT to Caltech to
Let's
Google to
go.
Microsoft and so on and so forth. And of course, if you're talking about problem-solving skills, that is an absolute must. Not memorizing something that you'll actually be using to build real knowledge on specific topics. So not only will you learn how to do these topics, but you'll also be a better thinker. And of course, if you want to learn a little bit a day or a lot, that'll actually help diving into on screen. Let's get to the rounds and to everyone's smartphones. Now, back in the day, you might recall a whole bunch of people running around, capturing Pokemon, setting up
Yeah.
lures, having literal turf battles with each other over the real world, playing with Pokemon on the go. Now, Pokemon Go, ladies and gentlemen, is quite literally an augmented reality, Pokemon game where you actually go into the real world, walk around, and capture Pokemon. It basically works off of a in-game map that is reflected off of your actual real world where you walk around or geolocated, and you can play with other players, you can explore by yourselves, and on the surface it seems like a pretty harmless game, but it's a game that actually has a fair level of controversy surrounding it. The government of Bosnia back in 2016, around the release of the game, warned people that they shouldn't be walking into actual minefields. Translating their press release, they said, "Today we received information that there are cases where users of the Pokemon Go application in Bosnia and Herzegovina enter mine-suspected risky areas in order to find Pokemon. All citizens are requested not to do this and to respect the mine danger signs." I'm just going to say, dog, if you're walking around in a minefield looking for digital Pokemon, then maybe that's just natural selection taking the course. But one thing that isn't actually laughably funny here is Hamdi Bahit, a member of Egypt's Committee of Defense and National Security, actually told the parliament there that Pokemon Go is the latest tool used by spy agencies in the intelligence war, a cunning, despicable app that tries to infiltrate our communities in the most innocent way under the pretext of entertainment. But all they really want is to spy on people and the state. Now, that's a pretty big, serious claim, and it's one that actually Niantic has had to try and refute and actually outright deny that it was actually, used as an espionage tool. A spokeswoman from their actual company ended up denying the allegations that the game is a tool of espionage, and even said the company asks all users to abide by local laws and respect the locations you visit and the people you meet during your exploration. Which obviously any company is going to say. I mean, who the fuck would actually say the opposite of that if they want some good public relations? Now, the Pokemon Go CIA conspiracy is not exactly something that's entirely new. 9 years ago on the Pokemon Go Reddit, which, my god, does time actually fly, Pokemon Go and the Central Intelligence Agency. So you all know the company that made Pokemon Go is connected to the Central Intelligence Agency. Not kidding. I know it sounds like typical conspiracy but you do your own homework, which don't worry, we will in this video, and trace
Yes.
Niantic and its CEO, John Hanke, who funds his projects. It's right there. But if you're comfortable scanning your surroundings in high definition for the CIA and Google, by all means continue feeding the AI its deep learning material. So this was a conspiracy that came out that if you were actually using your cell phone and walking around, that you were capturing images that would be sent to Niantic and immediately help the CIA. Well, part of this conspiracy theory actually ended up getting completely proven. And who ended up proving it? Well, ladies and gentlemen, it was actually Niantic themselves. So one of these actual posts that came out about a few days ago, November 12th of this year, they said they were building a large geospatial model to achieve spatial intelligence. So basically, by going down over here, they kind of describe that when you look at a familiar type of structure, whether it's a church, a statue, or a town square, it's fairly easy to imagine what it might look like from other angles. Even if you haven't seen it from all sides, as humans, we have spatial understanding.
Yeah.
That means we can fill in these details based on countless similar scenes we've encountered before. But for machines, this task is extraordinarily difficult. Even the most advanced AI models today struggle to visualize and infer missing parts of a scene or to imagine a piece from a new angle. And this is about to change spatial intelligence. So what they basically mentioned was Niantic's visual positioning system, which is a VPS, has been trained on 50 million neural networks, more than 150 trillion parameters, enabling operation in over 1 million locations. So this will help computers perceive, comprehend, and navigate the physical world in a way that will seem equally advanced. So analogous to the LLMs, stuff like ChatGPT that you're using, geospatial models are built using vast amounts of raw data. Billions of images in the world, all anchored to precise locations on the globe, are distilled into a large model that enables a location-based understanding of space, structures, and physical interaction. Now, where does all this information, this raw data come from? Well,
who's getting this data? Because that means that someone's got data on millions of people, and it's like ready for the picking. It's right there.
you've been following, ladies and gentlemen, it probably comes from a whole bunch of applications Niantic has built. So if you look at Niantic's history, some of the games that are available right now are games like Ingress Prime, which came, from my understanding, before Pokemon Go. But Pokemon Go and Monster Hunter Now are two gaming-themed versions of Niantic's mapping software. So any of the actual data that has been gathered from Pokemon Go or Monster Hunter Now could, and most likely, from my understanding and my personal belief, was used in actually assisting this company build this crazy geospatial model. So with 500 million downloads just on Android, that's a lot of data to be grabbing, okay? And not only are we looking at money that obviously they're making, Nintendo is making, the data that they're allowed to grab, let's just look at the permissions for Android alone. So the data that this company collects obviously is photographs and video, which obviously if you allow Pokemon Go the ability to use your augmented reality feature, they can start looking at, the actual video, maybe even a photo as you're capturing the Pokemon.
Yeah.
And of course, the further you go down, obviously each of those photos or video sessions are again connected to a location. Sometimes it can be approximate for analytical reasons, and obviously if you're playing a game where being on a map and geolocated at all times is a necessity, then having your precise location is the most important part, okay? So they kind of show that over the past 5 years, they were focused on building this VPS, and which uses a single image from a phone to determine its position and orientation using a 3D map built from people scanning interesting locations in our game. So they straight up say it's from their actual games. Like, come on now. So this is like a heat map of generally where information is grabbed. So all over North America, Europe, basically around the world. India, for instance, is pretty popping over here. Japan, all throughout like Eastern Europe, parts of China, Australia, where people live. And of course, one thing they showed was the actual neural mapping as well. So to give an idea, they made this 30-second video to showcase what this works. So a 5-minute neural map. So learning an image from posed RGB images. So here they have a series of images from my understanding, and their neural map allows you to build an understanding of that location in this digital space. So again, that's kind of the stuff that they've been building. But Muda, how does the Central Intelligence Agency fit into this? So when I started looking up like where the actual source of this big conspiracy was popping up again, I found that 5 days ago on like boards like Kotaku in Action, it seems Niantic is using Pokemon Go as a means to collect large amounts of visual training data. They absolutely have admitted
They 100
for topographic modeling and generative AI or other things.
They're definitely using our information to create like a visual map of the world. It's really scary that we don't really even think about the impact of AI on our lives just because it's so new. But we also have to remember like people's livelihoods are at stake. There are reports, they're anecdotal reports, but there are reports that having a tech degree isn't a like a it's not going to guarantee that you're gonna get a job anymore because AI is a thing, and because Pokemon Go has such a treasure trove of information, including like location data and everything that has been mentioned in this video. Mm, I see why the CIA approached them with it. And due to terms and conditions, it's probably like a part of their terms and conditions for a person to agree that the information is gonna go to whomever, and in this case, the CIA, to create their 3D map. Cool.
And this led me to a channel known as the Lunduk Journal. There was another post 4 days ago on r/Pokemon Go where it said in 2016 this was Lunduk's crazy conspiracy theory about Pokemon Go being used to spy on everyone backed by the CIA. And now in 2024, Niantic Labs proudly brags about using Pokemon Go to spy on you and using that covertly obtained information to build a massive 3D artificial intelligence. Now, I don't think it's necessarily covert. I think anytime there's a free game, especially one that tracks your location and uses your camera, there's probably another
Yeah.
ulterior reason that a company would provide you that kind of a game for free. Remember, if something is free, you're definitely the product. And if you think Pokemon Go makes these guys a lot of money, having the ability to map 3D locations from just fucking photos is some crazy level of tech that a lot of governments are willing to pay money for, especially the United States government. So I went to
Yeah.
Brian's channel over here, and Brian, whose most popular video literally is 7 days ago, the Pokemon Go spying conspiracy theory, yeah, it's verified. So, this is just Brian's assessment, and this is Brian's words saying that this is possibly just the CIA or some spying conspiracy that's occurring, right? But anyways, how do we connect Pokemon Go to the Central Intelligence Agency? Well, this is where we have to look at the history of the company. So you have to go all the way back to 2001 in this situation, and you have to basically embroider yourself in something known as Google Earth. So for anybody that has used
Yes.
Google Earth, you probably know that
We
it's
love
the
a good
amazing
Google
software
Earth.
that allows you to basically examine any location in our world. So for
Yeah.
instance, do you want to see how Tokyo looks instead of just your standard mapping software? We can just zoom right on in. And in fact, some cities have so much information provided that you can zoom literally into any point and get almost a 3D representation of what the roads look like,
Yes.
of houses. I mean, this is some crazy, crazy shit.
Definitely.
Now, you might be like, well, Muda, why are you bringing up Google Earth now? Well, Google Earth, ladies and gentlemen, actually has ties to Niantic. So you might be like, where did Google Earth come from? It wasn't actually made at Google, ladies and gentlemen. No. This actually was developed by a company known as Keyhole Incorporated. Now, think about Keyhole was actually...
Ooh, I don't know, Keyhole. I didn't know this. This is new information. More people really need to understand more of who we're allowing into like our information.
We did have
Hold
software that
on.
you could actually use. Now, this was something
There we
known
go.
as Earth Viewer 3D. So that image
Yeah.
of Tokyo I showed you was cool, but obviously this is what it used to look like all the way back in like the early 2000s. Obviously not as granular, not as impressive, but getting the satellite imagery from this is still mind-blowing to anyone. And obviously this was connected to the internet, so you have to launch a client that looked much like this and basically use their servers to get access to, again, this kind of 3D information. So the guy behind it, John Hankey, for anybody that doesn't know, worked on, I believe, Google's like geo products, so stuff like Google Earth, Google Maps, Street View, all that stuff was basically the brainchild of this individual right here. Now, the technology he made with Earth Viewer was so popular that apparently big publications, big news agencies like CNN, CBS, were basically using it to cover the invasion of Iraq, right, back in 2003, where basically they would use their 3D like mapping imagery to do these flyovers. Because obviously, guys, they're not going to be sending in like helicopters and shit to an active war zone at the time. So they exchanged some attribution, but they found out that it was basically so popular that trying to upkeep the software and keep up the server costs, they weren't actually able to make it happen. Even though they made actual deals with NVIDIA, Sony, they literally were unable, because of server costs, to keep this thing running for too long. And not only that, you also had employee turnover to worry about, so it was actually kind of a fucking financial nightmare. I mean, you made something that's really popular, it just wasn't monetized properly. So literally it was this stroke of luck that caused an actual agency at the Central Intelligence Agency to pay closer attention. Now, you might not know it at this moment in time, but a company known as IQT showed up at their doorstep and basically said, hey, you want some money, pal? You want to get that cash infusion? Well, IQT, for anybody that doesn't know, if you go to their about section, they're pretty honest about this. They're actually a CIA front. So set up in 1999 by the CIA as an independent, not-for-profit strategic investment firm, we spent a quarter century, 25 years, building unparalleled expertise that we draw on to help startups adapt their highly innovative products. So what kind of products have these people fucking invested in? Well, the CIA's IQT nonprofit agency has put money into groups like Skydio, Capella Space, Bounce Imaging, Rocket Lab, Mersive Technologies, and FireEye.
I want to look up IQT. What a cute name, IQT. What an adorable name. Who the fuck is this? IQT. Oh, a sticker. Mission overview. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's see. Okay. IQT, our mission. Be the premier partner trusted to identify, evaluate, and leverage emerging commercial technologies for the U.S. national security community and America's allies. Cool. We achieved this mission by delivering best in class capabilities, strategic technology insights, and other services to our partners through our unique global investment platform. And we are honored to serve the nation and to help make the world a safer and better place. We're gonna keep reading. And then no comment. We call our mission Global Security Investing, as well as encompassing defense focused startups and harnessing existing and over the horizon commercial technologies to sustain military and intelligence overmatch against adversaries. Global security investing emphasizes the importance of international reach and collaboration in a world where innovative venture backed startups can now be found everywhere. 25 years building. Ooh. Oh, more words. Government agencies partner with IQT because we identify and invest in companies that give them invaluable early access to cutting edge startup technologies and deep insights into over the horizon innovations. Okay. The heck? Somebody cut this off. There we go. Okay. Okay, let's see. What's that look like? Hmm. Okay. Government. No, I already said that. No, I didn't. Government agencies partner with IQT because we identify and invest in companies that give them invaluable early access to cutting edge startup technologies and deep insights into over the horizon innovations. We draw on our extensive experience to help our government partners work with visionary founders and companies to create and then against and shape powerful and cost-effective new capabilities for use against mission. Okay. Startup partner Startups partner with IQT because we give them a powerful pathway to engage effectively with the government and build significant businesses. We do this by educating entrepreneurs about how to connect and collaborate with government and by working closely with startups to adapt their technologies in ways that both enhance commercial products and achieve mission needs. In a non-deep state way, this is kind of exciting. Investors partner with IQT because they value our impressive track record of finding impactful startups and our advice for working successfully with government. IQT's presence in a company's capital is seen as a very positive signal by other investment firms. We carefully select startups with breakthrough technologies and help them find and develop compelling public sector market opportunities. Interested in partnering with us? To join our mission, get in touch to see how you can collaborate with us. Do you have a technology that can contribute to national security? Fill out this form here. And then they have a form. Oh, it's a model of how they do things. The IQT model. We have spent more than 2 decades honing an incredibly powerful and unique global strategic investment platform that has transitioned some 500 portfolio technologies to government. 3 fundamental pillars power our work: identify, evaluate, and leverage. And then there's tiny little things over there. I don't know if I want to look at them. That's kind of like, wow. So cool. Good for them. Okay, we're gonna switch back to YouTube. I do not want to attract the ire of the CIA. I'm a very curious person.
To give you an idea, for space alone, they gave these people money because they give them clear and timely satellite imagery, high resolution stuff that I'm sure the CIA uses for really good reasons, and also when they need to get good critical analysis of whoever they're targeting for whatever shady reason they need. Now, this isn't a state secret. Like I said, this is something that happens, and this is something that is pretty much available. And we've talked about it in the past. And it's not like it's the only investment they've made. They made 750 plus investments in companies all across Asia, North America specifically, and Europe as well. And in tons of fields, whether it be life sciences, the cyber field, AI, space, they put tons of money at companies that get their attention. Basically, if you're in any organization that is in a specific group where you're analyzing data or capturing these high resolution space images, you've probably been contacted by these guys at some point, or at least they're following you and shadowing you at this point. It's fucking creepy. So back in 2003, in order to assist this organization, In-Q-Tel decided to actually have a strategic investment in Keyhole, as they mentioned in this press release that I dug up through the Wayback Machine. So immediately demonstrating the value of Keyhole's technology to the national security community, NEMA used the technology to support the United States troops in Iraq. So within 2 weeks of their engagement with Keyhole, we implemented the technology to support our missions within the Pentagon. So chances are, if you were somebody working for, a terror organization in the middle of somewhere on the other side of the world, this software was used to map out your village, map out your home, or, the surroundings of it, and basically assist the U.S. military in how to take your life in a matter of minutes. It's kind of insane how much money gets poured in to discover quirky, unique, safe ways to kill our enemies across the world. If you ever get wilded out about investments like this, remember there's an entire military-industrial complex that has existed for decades, siphoning billions of dollars from the United States governments to develop new weapons, new technologies that ultimately are used to destroy people all over the world. And sometimes, if we're lucky and there's a bit of morality surrounding it, maybe that technology gets trickled down to maybe better our lives in some cases. It's kind of a double-edged sword. A lot of good stuff gets made, and a lot of quirky ways to kill people or spy on people gets discovered as well.
Wow.
So at some point down the road, in 2004, Google ended up actually buying Keyhole for some undisclosed sum, all right? It certainly wasn't cheap. Now you might be like, Muda, why would the CIA even allow a sale like that? I mean, they punched in money.
No, they're gonna allow it.
I believe when it comes to In-Q-Tel, anytime it's a U.S. company purchasing something, that usually goes through. It's not as if it's a foreign adversary or a foreign national purchasing access to technology the CIA has sort of invested money into. Remember, strategic investments are not made for financial boons. They're made so that the technology can be used at some point down the road for operational reasons, and you can imagine why the CIA would need mapping software that's that good. So why would Google want Keyhole? Well, they found out that apparently in Google's world, 25% of the search traffic at the time was all relegated to people looking up route planning or maps. So
Yeah.
they figured, hell, we've got billions of dollars. Why not buy the best goddamn mapping software in existence? Shit, that's a great idea. And then hopefully roll that over to things like Street View or just Google Maps. Now, back in 2010, it was actually formed as a company, an internal startup within Google itself in 2010. So Niantic effectively is a company that belongs entirely to Google, right? Now, Google used to own this for like 5 years, 2010 to 2015, until obviously 2016 came by. And, you know, they basically split and became their own individual company. But they ended up actually getting a shit ton of funding from Google, obviously, Nintendo, and also the Pokemon Company. Like, we're talking millions upon millions of dollars ended up actually going to this organization. Now, one of their first games was Field Trip, then they made Ingress, and then Pokemon Go, and obviously a whole bunch of Nintendo-themed games, until finally they released, like, Monster Hunter Now. So they've made plenty of projects, but a whole chunk of these projects are obviously designed to be used with this live mapping feature that they have, constant photographs that are probably being scanned and grabbed from your devices, all themed underneath these big budget, these most iconic video games. So things like Pokemon that, you know, millions, if not billions around the world might actually download. I think billions is a bit of a stretch. I know that Pokemon's huge, but especially when it comes to mobile gaming, you really have to look between like millions, hundreds of millions, maybe over 1 billion users, which no matter how you cut it, it's still a lot of information that these people can end up actually grabbing. So look, at the end of the day, right, with all of this considered, tons of applications that are free are ultimately designed to gather information off of you and use that information for reasons that actually assist the company beneficially, right? Like financially. So when it comes to, you know, you downloading anything free, whether it be a social media application, a game, even if it's some innocuous software where you download, it, you send it and generate memes, AI generated or enhancements or pictures or whatever, all of these software, if they are free and they're gathering data off of you, that means you are the product, and the data you generate or the data you provide is more beneficial for.
It is very correct. If it's free, you are the product. If you paid for it, you're using the product. But attention is a commodity, and so is information, like demographic information about you. That's very useful information for companies to be able to know everything about you so that they can sell to you.
For them to grab and maybe use for something like this, like exactly what Niantic was doing, which is building this, you know, large spatial model that they can then sell to big companies for really important reasons. Now, obviously, I can't confirm that the CIA is really behind any of this. It's just a weird link between these organizations. But to give you an idea, if the CIA was so interested, and this is just my personal analysis, if the CIA was so interested in a 3D mapping software that, again, they could use to basically serve as aerial scanning, for organizations like this, imagine how useful a software where you can basically build a 3D map, a spatial map, based on photographs, and have an AI basically realistically build a 3D environment that you could then use to, again, plan situations better, maybe place, 3D operators inside and plan those situations. Again, really awesome. Maybe people could use it as a sort of game or demonstration of how to perform an actual operation. I think that has real value to not just the Central Intelligence Agency, but plenty of intelligence agencies around the world. I think that has plenty of applications in the U.S. military. If you don't see it, then honestly, you probably need to broaden your horizons a little bit. So yeah, I can see the value of this kind of stuff. And ultimately, it's that that value that allows me to kind of look at this conspiracy theory with at least more believability than something like, I don't know, the fucking flat earth, for crying out loud, right? Like, this is something where, again, if it came out in 10 years that the CIA used any of the software developed by Niantic to assassinate some fucking person, terrorist, world leader, cartel boss in some part of the world, I would personally not be shocked in any capacity. Ultimately, the people involved in this kind of software all have backgrounds to
Sorry, that was really exciting for me because it was like, of course, it's gonna be traceable. But at the same time, also, I'm holding this. It's from NASCAR Day from 2005. And I don't remember. I want to say a boy gave this to me because I don't know if I even went to NASCAR Day.
super spy programs, the CIA investment firms. So honestly, seeing what Niantic released in that press release is not something that really shocks me. What they
Yeah.
were doing was building a massive artificial intelligence that has actual practical applications well beyond gaming off of the backs of free information provided by the average person. So anytime you play Pokemon Go or Monster Hunter or World Go, whatever these games are called, you have most likely contributed to a 3D map, a 3D spatial engine that is now probably being used for features and actual services far beyond gaming. And if a military
Yeah.
pays money to tap into that for, again,
That they're also taking from us as information that's public in order to benefit from it.
logical reasons, logical applications that benefit them, it shouldn't
Mm-hmm.
really shock you.
Yeah.
But to say that this was spying in the sense is a little dubious. I don't think this is spying as much as it is people need to understand that when you're using free software, you are
Mm.
always going to be the product. And honestly, if
Mm-hmm.
Pokemon Go scares you with the CIA, I would actually say you should probably be more afraid of mapping software in general. Like, imagine the amount of information that the government could gain off of mapping software, patterns, and analysis based off of.
Um. Okay, I gotta make sure that I'm in the frame really nicely for this part. Pro tip for everybody: always allow your phone or what have you to ask you for permission, for your location, because when you allow companies your to know your location, it makes it even easier to find you. And that sounds super paranoid, but it's true. And this is information that they can use to track your whereabouts, and not just your whereabouts, but also like your other behavioral patterns. Like, where did you go? What did you buy? Who were you with? And do you want to be so intimate with the companies that you're allowing this information to have? That's just a thought.
Of that. Imagine if this is how scary Niantic is going to be. Any other software where, again, you're providing images to generate memes, or you're actually providing them for AI enhancements, what's happening with that information that's processed on these servers that you don't know are actually deleting or wiping your information after the use? I mean, these are all things you have to consider in an age where free software exists by the goddamn boatload.
Mm.
Who's involved in your software? Who's using it to track? Who's using it for nefarious reasons? And who's using it for even positive reasons as well, too? When you upload or post anything or share your location, you have to understand that it's not just going to the company that's developing your game. There's obviously going to be other technologies used in that software that are also going to be
Yes.
peeking into that information as well. And if that
Mm-hmm.
doesn't kind of freak you out a little bit, then I actually kind of envy you. But yeah, the Pokemon spying
Oh no,
conspiracy, I wouldn't really
this
say
shit freaks me out. Um, this shit freaks me out.
it's actually spying. I think it's more that this is free software, and ultimately, Niantic, over the course of the last several years, has gotten so much
No,
information off millions of users that they were able to build this crazy artificial intelligence with a data set that literally any company could actually fucking dream of. Now, is this software being used by the Central Intelligence Agency, or do they have access to it? honestly, I wouldn't be shocked. But I'm not going to sit here and confirm a conspiracy theory that I actually cannot.
Yeah.
Would I be shocked it's real and true? Not at all. But ladies and gentlemen, that was a deep dive into the Pokemon Go CIA conspiracy. So the next time you want to hunt your Pokemon on the go, maybe, just maybe, think about where that information could really be going to.
Yeah.
If you like what you saw, please like, comment, and subscribe. Dislike if you dislike it. I am out.
The king and I. Let's see. I want to watch this.
This video is sponsored by.
I love Mike's Mike. Oops.
This video is sponsored by Surfshark. I wanna be rich and I want lots of money. I don't care about clever. I don't care about funny. Gandhi. I am wearing non-prescription glasses right now. I do have prescription lenses, they're just not in here yet. And I was like, why would I deny the people of a serve? I'm going to be looking over them like this the whole time anyway. The film Monte Carlo came out on the 1st of July 2011. On the same day, there was a partial solar eclipse, the first of Saros Series 156, which will repeat every 18 years and 11 days. Correlation doesn't imply causation, does it? Or maybe it does. And Monte Carlo 2 will come out on July 11, 2029, the moon told me. We are already 74% of the way through the 18 years, by the way, which I don't like and I don't support. The concept of time is not Mike's Mike approved or sanctioned. Any time supporters will be asked to leave the venue. So this movie is really important, guys.
Oh,
it
excuse me.
stars Selena Gomez, Leighton Meester, and Katie Cassidy, all MMCU veterans.
Very cute.
Selena Gomez and I actually go way back. People used to upload episodes of Wizards of Waverly Place to YouTube in like 27 parts, and I used to cache one part per day to watch on the way to school on my iPod Touch. What do you guys know about that? Some of you can't even spell iPod. Selena had just done Princess Protection.
I would just like to say that the anime community did the same thing where things would be cut up into like at least 4 to 10 parts. Maybe not 27 is an exaggeration. That's basically like a minute. Right?
Program and Ramona and Beezus and Selena Gomez and The Scene had just dropped their final album When the Sun Goes Down a month prior. The first single from that album, Who Says, is actually in the credits of Monte Carlo, and that's a smash, sorry. That and Love Me Like a Love Song, I don't play about those singles. In terms of solo
Yes.
Selena songs, okay, wow, can you spell Hitmaker? The singles Bad Liar and Fetish from 2017. Ooh. Selena ordered a taster plate of the alt girl nachos. I'm imagining an alternate reality where Max Cut President Coin is blasting Bad Liar through the District 13 bunker speaker system. I loved Revival, that 3-track run of Killin' with Kindness Hand.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious.
To myself and Same Old Love. She was coming for Michael Jackson, Madonna, Prince, Elvis. The entire Hall of Fame was shaking in fear, basically. I re-listened to Rare before writing this video and tell me why that album is resonating with some tumultuous times happening behind the scenes. They're going to write a movie about my life at some point, FYI. Just ridiculous. And they're going to get Timothée Chalamet to play me. Yeah, because we're twins. He's my Cordelia. So then from one pop legend to another, Leighton Meester. She said, I was hanging in the corner with my 5 best friends, heard that you were trouble, but I couldn't resist. 5 best friends? My God. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can't have 5 best friends. None of them are the best then. It's like that quote from The Incredibles. If everyone's super, no one will be. Leighton Meester does not require
True
an
that.
introduction on this channel. Blair Waldorf, you're so loved and you'll always be famous. I recently uploaded my Gossip Girl Season 4 recap, and what perfect timing, because the other vertex of our Monte Carlo actress triangle is none other than Juliet Sharp from Gossip Girl Season 4, aka Katie Cassidy. I could not believe it. What's crazy here is that Katie and Leighton were filming Monte Carlo from May to July of 2010, and then Gossip Girl in the second half of 2010. And Leighton literally started filming her Gossip Girl Paris scenes 2 days before filming Wrapped on Monte Carlo. She went project to project. Can you spell employment? In Gossip Girl, their characters had like never-ending supreme ultra mega beef. Like off the top of my head, I can't think of a single instance where Blair Waldorf liked Juliet Sharp. Their dynamic in Monte Carlo is different, which I'll get into, but it just goes to show how good these actresses are, that they can have a different dynamic between them across projects that were filming so close together. It's like Shailene Woodley and Ansel Elgort playing boyfriend and girlfriend in The Fault in Our Stars, and then brother and sister in Divergent Vision. So in a sense, in this movie, Alex Russo, Blair Waldorf, and Juliet Sharp, comme si say, changed their location to Paris. Wink, wink. But they're not the only ones who can do that. This video is sponsored by Surfshark. Surfshark VPN, or Virtual Private Network, encrypts all the data sent between your device and the internet, keeping your online identity safe. Some of the movies that I talk about on my channel are tricky to find, hoodwinked, sucker punched, like 50 others. Surfshark has over 3,200 servers in 100 countries, so you can access and unblock content libraries and streaming services from all over the world. Like Paris, you could literally do Selena Gomez Monte Carlo cosplay. Or maybe you're on holiday and you can't watch the show that you were watching at home. Surfshark VPN can help you with that too. If Monte Carlo was set in 2024, maybe Juliet would want to watch Love Island. That's not all, because Surfshark secures your personal information and encrypts your online data so that you can browse safely, which is important when you're traveling and using public Wi-Fi networks, for example. Also, the Clean Web feature blocks ads, trackers, malware, and phishing attempts. You can also connect multiple devices on one account, so if you're rocking a laptop phone combo, or dare I say a phone tablet combo, you're sorted. Go to surfshark.com/MikesMike, that's MIKESMIC, or you can click the link in the description to get an extra 4 months of Surfshark at an unbeatable price. Surfshark offers a 30-day money-back guarantee, so there's no risk to try it out. Thank you to Surfshark for sponsoring this video. Let's now change our location to Texas. So who are our 3 queens playing in Monte Carlo? Selena Gomez is Grace Bennett, Leighton Meester is her stepsister Meg Kelly, and Katie Cassidy is Grace's best friend Emma Perkins. They're not the only MMCU veterans participating in this crossover event. We also have Corey Monteith playing Emma's boyfriend Owen, who is pretty much just Finn Hudson from Glee. I'll point it out more with his actions, but while rewatching, I was just like, babe, that's Finn Hudson. Like, Owen is giving grilled cheese's realness. And then Meg's father / Grace's stepfather, Robert, is Goodwin in Lost. The 4, 8, 15, 16, 23, 42 of it all. Also, another MMCU link. Look who did the soundtrack. Yeah. So yes, as you probably gathered, this movie is really, really, really important. The first time we see Grace, she's
Oh no,
working at a
the
diner
screw
and
back
wearing
close fell.
cowboy boots. We actually see the cowboy boots first. I also immediately have a question about this outfit, because Kate's mother in Lost in the flashbacks works at a diner and wears pretty much the exact same uniform, and that's 10-ish years prior. So my question is this uniform Middle America canon? Are some of you wearing this outfit to your jobs at the diner? Like, it's cute. So Grace works at the diner with her friend Emma Perkins of Juliet Sharp fame. They're just a couple of down-to-earth girls. Down-to-earth girls. I can only do the Valley Girl. Down-to-earth girls. Down-to-earth girls. Chop. From Grace serving a group of nasty girls, we get the context of her having just graduated, and we are also introduced to Emma's boyfriend Owen.
Let's see here. You got any specials?
I sure do. And I say deep slice.
So then we have Grace's graduation.
Gandhi once said, you must be the change you want to see in the world.
A bit that I've been doing recently in real life, IRL, if you will, is pausing and saying Gandhi whenever I say something that has a certain gravitas. Example, anyone who has crossed me this year will get what they deserve. Gandhi. Instagram create mode is the gateway to one's innermost thoughts. Gandhi. Love the word gravitas. Define gravitas. Also, if you don't already, feel free to follow me on Instagram. I'm actually doing a residency on Instagram create mode on my story. Grace's stepsister Meg, aka Leighton Meester, aka Blair Waldorf, turns up late to the graduation, and it's like, oh my god, Meg, you're so embarrassing. But hey, at least she came. Meg is also just like Texan Blair Waldorf at the start of the movie, like from how she dresses and how she carries herself, etc., etc. Blair Waldorf, but not as rich and not in New York, so not Blair Waldorf then. Can we please look at this gratuitous ring that Emma is wearing? Like, oh my god, did you steal from the Vanessa Abrams costume closet? Meg's like, ew, Emma, what are you wearing? Unbelievable, inappropriate. There are children here, which does feel like a Blair Juliet scene out of Gossip Girl season 4. The second Andie MacDowell pops on screen, it's like, wow, platinum face card. Like, it's shocking. She's Grace's mother. As I said, Grace's stepfather is Brett Cullen, who plays Goodwin in Lost and also has a 2-episode cameo in Desperate Housewives. Freshly graduated Grace wants
Cool.
out of the country. She's been saving for 4 years for a trip to Paris. Paris mentioned. She wants to find herself on this trip and come back a whole new person. Grace is going with her 3 years older bestie Emma, who it turns out went to school with stepsister Meg.
It's a Hartman. It's a Hartman. They're very expensive.
That is Blair and Juliet. Grace and Meg's parents announced that they're going to pay for Meg to also go to Europe to kick this sister thing into high gear. So now all 3 of them are going to Paris, and there's a lot of Kylie Minogue tension. Meg and Emma hate each other. Meg doesn't want to be Grace's babysitter, and she feels like her first trip to Europe is going to be ruined. Also, this cake after graduation scene, it feels real. The house feels lived in, the interactions feel real, everyone's just doing an acting masterclass. We find out that Meg's mother died and she's been a recluse ever since, so her father Goodwin from Lost wants her to do this trip so that she gets out and does something. Emma's excited for the trip, but her boyfriend Owen is a bit rut-roll about her
Rip.
leaving the country and seeing Europe and all it has to offer, and maybe realizing that she doesn't want to be stuck with him in Texas, so he proposes to try and make her stay.
Just stay here
You'll be fine.
and marry me. Yeah.
I think I've seen this piece of media where Corey Monteith proposes to someone way too early to try and lock them down before. That's that Rachel Berry nachos. Because this is happening off the dome, he doesn't have a ring. And Emma realizes that he's just throwing this proposal at her, and he cracks it at her, saying, huh, well, enjoy your trip.
Well, you go on then. Have yourself a real nice trip.
Don't piss me off. So our 3 queens go to Paris. They're doing a fuck-ass bus tour. I love a fuck-ass bus tour. Need to post on Instagram story create mode from here and here. At the Sacré-Cœur, Meg falls up the stairs and she's helped up by an Australian guy.
Mind your step. Precious cargo.
Good day.
Oh, talking about some precious cargo. Bro's the Rizzler.
The Junior Ambassador Suite offers luxury accommodations.
Yeah, that's cinema. This is cinema, guys. This is cinema, film, and movies. My only note here is that they all need to be sweatier. Like, they're looking a bit too fresh for a whole day of running around Paris. I would know, I've been there. Actually, I'm not going to lie to you guys. Last time I was there, I was really sick. Paris did a number on me this year. I don't think I like Paris. But hey, I was there. When the girls are on the Eiffel Tower, Meg runs into Australia-Oomph again, but then Grace sees that the tour bus is leaving. They try to make it, but the bus leaves without them and they're stuck in Paris. And Grace has a meltdown about how the whole trip is a flop. They ran into a random hotel to get out of the rain and who dat?
No tickets. No itinerary. And how do you propose I travel to Monte Carlo in the morning?
This Cordelia is a right piece of work. And she's meant to be going to Monte Carlo in the morning, but there's no travel documents at the hotel for her. In the bathroom, while Grace is in the cubicle, Emma and Meg see Cordelia, and they're like, what the fuck? Are you seeing this? On the phone, Cordelia tells her friend that she's going to Mallorca instead of Monte Carlo, but isn't going to check out of the hotel or anything so that her mother doesn't find out, etc., etc. In the hotel lobby, Grace gets mistaken for Cordelia, and thus begins Grace's Cordelia cosplay era.
Can you imagine having a room like this and not even staying in it?
Yeah. So we're not staying here.
That's good writing. Shablam. It would seem that my Cordelia is Sean Levy in Cheaper by the Dozen. So many people have sent me that by now. Please stop it. Stop, I'm begging.
No. No, I didn't know people were doing that. But that's cute.
They all fall asleep all night. The next day, they're trying to make a break for it, but with the hotel staff trying to give Cordelia her travel documents and the paparazzi outside the hotel making a fuss, they get swept into a car, and it turns out
We are going to Monte Carlo.
Grace is like, well, the trip is paid for whether Cordelia goes or not, so we may as well go. But Meg's like, Gaith? I don't know about this. Private jet to Monte Carlo.
Hello. Let's read all about you. You are a bad girl.
Give me that.
What'd I do?
What'd I do?
The concept of Monte Carlo is very conceptuous to me. There's a certain conceptuality to it. In Monte Carlo, we meet Théo Marchand.
And I'm here, late. I still made it before the little monster arrived.
Cordelia is a Lady Gaga stan. Pause up, Little Monsters stream Disease. Also, Teo is kind of Timothy Chalamet nachos, but also in saying that, maybe it's just that all French men are hot. Which actually, when I was in Paris, that really did piss me off. Grace and Co arrive, and Grace is doing her Cordelia cosplay. It's a sort of things are happening.
I would like to say I've seen hotter women than the men in Paris.
And we can't stop it, so we may as well go along with it vibe. Like, wow, what a way to live.
I will escort you to the ball.
The what?
The ball.
Ball?
The prince's ball. The one being thrown in her honor.
Grace and Meg are both now like, whoa, okay, this is going a little bit too far. Maybe we should stop. But Emma's like, hello, we're in a suite. They're throwing a ball. A ball in Cordelia's honor. Let's just do it. YOLO, you know? Rock on. So they're going to the ball. Bright lights in the big city. I, of course, know this song from Pitch Perfect, CC the Treblemakers. Bright lights in the big city. But I was kind of flabbergasted to find out that it's actually a CeeLo Green original. I thought it was a cover. That's explosive. In Texas, Owen is bored as shit, and he's like, damn, what's Emma up to? So he calls her phone, which is in her bag at the Flop Hotel, and the hotel owner answers and says she's not available. So Owen's like, well, shit, I gotta go to Paris mention. Don't forget, I was at rock bottom in that picture, even though I look so full of life, guys. Don't believe everything you see. But yes, Owen goes to Paris. So Grace is at the ball, and it's all eyes on the Bulgari necklace. It's giving Ocean's 8. Turns out this necklace is getting auctioned in a couple of days to raise money and hashtag save the children, and it's Cordelia's donation. Then Cordelia's aunt, Catherine Tate, turns up.
I'm so glad to see that you're here.
Well, where else would I be than here in Monte Carlo, where I'm supposed to be?
Oh my god, a family member. She's there to verify that Cordelia really is at this event. Well, she's not, is she?
I just wanted to come and verify your presence for myself. Some peace of mind for your poor mother.
So now it's panic stations.
Emma, we gotta go. My aunt is here.
Aunt Brenda?
Mika on the soundtrack 2011, You Are So Loved. Now, don't get it twisted. The girls are still butting heads. Meg and Emma are still bickering non-stop, and it escalates into the ultimate, ooh, that's not...
And your boyfriend. Okay, who died and made you silent?
Emma!
In the sense that this was actually one of the scenes where I thought, okay, these actresses are excellent. They're excellent. The argument has such a different vibe to Juliet and Blair fighting Gossip Girl, but it's still believable. Cinema is so powerful. Gandhi. After the argument, Meg storms off and runs into love interest Australian Riley at the beach. That is so 2011 Australian representation in American media. Always at the damn beach or swimming. I feel like Americans think that all Australians do is beach and dangerous animal. But I do always love a random Australian.
So where's your boss?
It left us behind a long time ago.
Stupid boss.
Stupid bus. He's pissing me off, actually. Do your shirt up properly. Enough with the juggling. Excuse me, can I see your dangling, brother? I mean, you know, juggle your balls like the Wrangling brothers. Any Trina fans here? I mean, look, I got the sports package on my range. Meg finds out that Riley was in hospital for a year after a rugby injury, which is why he's just trekking around the world now. Meg hates hospitals. It's giving Real Housewives of Salt Lake City Mary Cosby season 1. She opens up about her mother getting sick and dying. Like, we're getting into the heavy shit, guys. Teo intercepts Grace walking back from the beach like, we have to go to the event. Right, the event. The event being polo. Yes, I remember. I still have it.
Reese, do you remember me in Monaco?
Yes, that's where I remember you from. Because I didn't.
I gave you one like this.
Yes, I still have it.
Wow, that's such a good meme reference from me. Thank you for the cheers and the applause. Especially because she says, Ree, do you remember me from Monaco? Cordelia, do you remember me from Monte Carlo? Yes. That's where I remember you from. So Grace does Cordelia cosplay Polo edition.
Hey, I think we are going the other way.
Right.
Aunt Catherine Tate is also at the Polo, and she works out that something is off with Cordelia.
Your niece plays with spirit.
Usually with more finesse than spirit.
So she calls Cordelia's number, and Cordelia answers. So Aunt Catherine Tate confronts Grace.
I don't know if it's the champagne or the sunlight that's got to you.
Oh, I will call security immediately. No.
But Grace tells her that she really wants to help the children via the auction, and they agree to not say anything to anyone for the sake of the children. My God, you guys, the ruse is falling apart, and she would have got away with it if it weren't for the meddling Auntie Catherine Tate. Grace and Teo start falling for each other, but oh my God, he's falling for someone that doesn't even exist. He's like, wow, you're so different. Grace Cordelia is facing not like other girls allegations. Well, I mean, she's not like any girls, because she doesn't exist. Grace keeps wanting to tell Teo the truth, but she never follows through, so he keeps thinking that she's the new and improved Cordelia. Emma has a date with a rich society guy, and she puts the Ocean's 8 necklace on and steps out. Katie Cassidy looks so good here, and the necklace plus nice dress combo gave me pause, like literally pause up little monsters. Why wasn't Katie Cassidy in Ocean's 8? Something to
I don't know who this person is, but they did look beautiful in that dress and the necklace combo.
think about for sure. I would have cast her in that. She would have fit so well. On her way
I've never watched this movie.
out, Emma crosses paths with Meg. They queen out for a bit and squash their beef, and Meg makes her hand over the necklace.
What?
The necklace.
There's the Meg that I know.
What were you thinking?
Meg just like puts it in Riley's backpack. Can you tell there's going to be an issue here? What bothers me a little bit here is that they're pretty clearly close to the hotel, so why not take the fuck-ass moped up to the hotel and drop the necklace off? Also, Blair Waldorf and Juliet Sharp hugging, you would not read about it. Meg and Riley go to a party. Another Mika song. This movie is Mika promo. I've had Mika lookalike allegations before, but I personally don't see it. I think he's too good looking. Anytime someone says that I look like someone attractive and I don't believe it, I just think of that tweet where Avril Lavigne was like, when your ugly friend calls you twin. That's what Mika's thinking. I just know it. Also, that tweet must be photoshopped because there's no way she said that. On Emma's date, she realizes she's nothing like these nasty rich people she thought were everything, and she's more like the service staff. They're nasty too. She's grounded and real. That's the Texas talking. Her Texicity. Last night we let the Texas talk. This is Texas. Emma's realized that what she wants isn't this ridiculous high flyer lifestyle. It's a future with Finn Hudson. I mean Owen. Meg, meanwhile, is spending her life dancing barefoot with Riley at a party where no one else is barefoot. An OH&S issue for sure. When she turns up at the hotel the next day, she leaves the necklace in Riley's backpack. Surprise, surprise. You might be thinking, wow, one of my favorite aspects of this film is Selena as rich bratty Cordelia. I wish she would come back. Well, she reappears right now. Let's celebrate. Something I feel like Selena does well here is the two British accents.
Room key. Faster.
She's doing rich accent Cordelia and then middle-class American pretending to be rich accent Grace as Cordelia.
Well, where else would I be?
And see, not everyone could do that. There's a subtlety to it. So the girls have realized the necklace is missing at the exact time original Cordelia has turned up in Monte Carlo for the necklace auction. Teo kisses Cordelia thinking it's Grace Delia, and she slaps him.
Forgot how I hate the French.
The girls clean up the suite while Cordelia's in the elevator, and I'm thinking, wait, I know this. I've seen this before. Devil Wears Prada. When Cordelia gets in the room, they hide on the balcony and have to climb around. In 2011 Club Ready Business Casual, mind you, even though they managed to avoid Cordelia, they still need to retrieve the blood.
I love how, oh my God, Michael, if you may, you calling us out for our club ready athleisure wear, business casual, everything that you could put together. We just wanted to be comfortable and ready for anything.
Bloody necklace.
The train. The necklace. Riley.
Cordelia sees a newspaper with her on it wearing the necklace and then realizes the necklace is stolen. that transition was something serious. Also, this green screen is kind of diabolical. Bro turned down the edge feathering. Luckily, Necklace Riley hasn't left Monte Carlo. He's turned up back at the hotel with the necklace to give it to Meg. What the hell are these fuck-ass shoes he's wearing? He's serving sea shanty realness. At the same time, Cordelia is calling the police saying the necklace has been stolen.
Police? I'm calling to report a robbery at the Hotel de Paris.
I'm calling to report. And Grace is back from the train station saying, oh, no, the necklace isn't stolen.
You're still robbed?
No.
They run into Teo, of course, and Grace kisses him, so Teo's like, what the fuck is going on here? The mind games of it all. I think we've all been there. The girls managed to get to
Yes.
Riley before he buzzes Cordelia's suite looking for Meg, just as Owen turns up looking for Emma. He saw the three girls in a newspaper and followed them to Monte Carlo. Also, this right here, the concept of flipboard letters at a train station, that's truly heavenly.
Entendu, n'hésitez pas à appeler à la réception. Hi. I need to find this girl. Très bien, monsieur. You seen her?
Rude! Like, whoa, let him do his job. The police turn up. The girls decide to tell Cordelia the truth.
Fine. We can explain.
I temporarily forgot that one person is playing two characters in this scene. Okay, Orphan Black. When I watched this in 2011, I was so gagged that Grace was like touching Cordelia. Like, you can't do that. You're the same person. Cordelia is not cooperating, so they have to tie her up and put an apple in her mouth while pretending that everything is fine to the police. Grace Delia is whisked off to the auction. They run into Owen in the lobby. He's like, why are you talking like that? And then he goes up to the suite where Emma has Cordelia hostage. At the auction, the necklace is going for €1 million, €2 million, €3 million. Owen apologizes to Emma while Cordelia sneaks out and goes to the auction. Grace starts telling everyone that the necklace isn't hers. This necklace isn't mine. I'm not Cordelia. When Cordelia turns up,
Arrest her. She's an imposter.
me playing Among Us, Grace admits to everything, but tries to tell Teo that it wasn't all a lie. What they had was real. And for the auction to continue so the children can still benefit, hashtag save the children. And Aunt Catherine Tate turns up offering
€6 million. I would like to bid €6 million.
What are you doing?
I'm helping.
Cordelia is positively fuming because no one's getting arrested. And you know what? I agree with her. This random girl from America just stole her identity for a week and there's no consequences. Okay, Grace, Emma, and Owen go back to Texas. Meg goes traveling with Riley. Grace says to Riley, take care of my sister, which is huge because at the start of the trip, they didn't want to be sisters at all. But now they're so connected. See, not everyone has those lungs and could do that. That's why she's a pop princess. An undisclosed amount of time later, Grace is volunteering in Romania and by chance runs into Teo, whose family foundation is paying to upgrade the orphanage she's volunteering at.
I don't think that we've properly met. I'm Grace Bennett.
Théo Marchand.
Isn't that gorgeous? Then Mika credits. Then Who Says Selena Gomez in the scene credits. Guys, let's focus and plan and be serious for a second. I need to be mistaken for an heiress and quickly. Young Sean Levy, get your ass up and work so that I can be
Who do I look like?
mistaken.
This video is brought to you by Balessa. More on that later. Alrighty, well.
Alright.
Me thinks you look a lot like my future waifu. Care to give a gentleman like me a chance? Can't do this. Even me trying to emulate nice guys, like my body rejects it. I can't. Nice guys might finish last, but their girlfriends aren't finishing at all. I'm just kidding. Nice guys don't have girlfriends. Can you believe it's been almost
Why is she so fast with that? Because it's true. But I would just like to say, nice girls, similar to nice guys. They're not good either. Okay, let's see. Okay, and I am recording. Hello, everybody. Welcome. Sorry, that was my cat. I scared him. Welcome to my videos. If you're watching this, it's because you're one of my students, and this is a resource for class. So, what I'll be doing today with this video is showing you What up, you guys? It's Shane. How are you doing? I used to be known as Professor Shane, and now it's really Shane Rains. Welcome to my channel where I talk about health and wellness and really different forms of wellness. And today we're going to talk about financial wellness via my debt-free journey. So welcome back, you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you are new here, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I really want to hear from you. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you have any questions, comments, or concerns. So anyway, jumping into it, I am going through a debt-free journey. Hello, everybody, and welcome back. It's me, Shane. You might notice that I recently changed around my name. I used to be known as Professor Shane, and now I switched it over to Shane Rains. I feel like with this new year, I'm going to be changing my content to be less about academics and a little more spread out to health and wellness. Where's my thing? So with that in mind, I wanted to talk about planning out your wellness week or wellness weekend. I recently went on a wellness week. I initially planned it out months ago, where what would happen is I planned out a wellness activity for every day for a whole week. And initially, I was only going to be working one of my jobs, but then with a recent change with my other job, I wound up working both my jobs, and then I had to work it out. But you know what? It worked out just fine. So a little bit about what I did for my wellness week. What I did was first day was supposed to be a creativity day. That was a bust. I did not create one single little thing. And I was also supposed to get a mani-pedi, because if you look at my nails, they are a hot mess. But before I started doing my nails, I didn't really care too much about it. I like to keep it short, which I continue to like keeping it short. So I'm actually gonna stop doing my nails because I find that it becomes this never-ending cycle of doing your nails, them getting broken or chipped a week later, having horrible nails until the next time I go and get my nails done. And I feel like I don't want to be a part of that process. So, not gonna get manis done unless I need to for like a special occasion. But pedis are just fine because I do like getting my toes done. I like getting my feet done. It's very relaxing. But anyway, day 2. What was day 2? I was supposed to go to a tea room called the Sweet Teas Tea Room. I was just gonna show up randomly. My boyfriend wound up coming with me, which was a surprise. It was really awesome that he came with. But then, as soon as we got to the door, it turns out that they changed around their dates, or their days, to being closed Monday, Tuesday, instead of Sunday, Monday. And I was like, no! Great. You know what? It's cool. We wound up going to a diner. It was fine. And I'll just have to visit Sweet Tea's Tea Room another time. Day 3 was New Year's Day, and day 3 activities was a New Year's Eve activity. I was gonna have a New Year's party with cats. because I have cats. Between me and my sister, we have 5 cats together. We call them the Spice Rack. And we call them the Spice Rack because they all have names related to spices. So we have Steph Curry, Sarah Sazon, Rosemary's Baby, Trevor Thyme, and Lena Lavender. But because I'm moving to a new place, I wound up not having any cats. Still had the New Year's Eve party. Still pretty awesome. The next day, I was supposed to binge watch just shows, like on my off time once I got out of work. Did not do that. Wound up doing randomness. I just didn't watch anything. I just like slept, and then that was it. Went to lunch with my boyfriend, and yeah, just it felt like a normal day. It didn't feel like a wellness day. And then the last day, which was a Friday, I went to the Sojo Spa Club with my sister. That was the jewel of Wellness Week because that was the only thing that was planned that we actually went through, and it was awesome. It was a lot of fun. What it was like 5 floors of just saunas and bathhouses and places to chill and like pools, and it was really cool. And they had a cafeteria. The only downside is you can't bring any alcohol, and they don't serve alcohol, but you know what, that makes sense. As a part of the wellness journey, I feel like alcohol is one of those things where it might not fit well in there, so it makes sense. You know, you gotta get the toxins out instead of putting them back into your body. That's probably, I'm just assuming, that's probably why they don't serve alcohol. So anyway, and then today, which is a Saturday, I was actually going to go to the museum in Newark to see the Beyond Zen Japanese Buddhism exhibit, but I decided not to. I decided to do what I was going to do on Thursday, which was binge watch shows, but I find that I fall asleep. So what I wound up happening was actually binge watching YouTube videos. So right now I'm on CinemaSins. Earlier I was watching other shows. So yeah, so that's my wellness week. That really was relaxing for me. But for you guys, I encourage you to do a wellness week. And what goes into a wellness week? Stuff that you actually like, stuff that you enjoy doing. When it comes to wellness week, it also can't be something that would cause you any harm. So for example, binging, like day drinking, it's a treat yourself type thing, but at the same time, it's not good for you health-wise. So it's probably, so like day drinking, probably, I don't recommend it as an activity for Wellness Week. Because Wellness Week is supposed to be a way for you to improve yourself. And day drinking doesn't do that. Just being honest. What else? That's really basically it. And then whatever, because I planned my wellness weekend or wellness week months ago, what I did was I wrote out every single thing that I would want to do if I had me time. And so I wound up writing them out. And then after that, I would plan out one thing, because that's all as much as I have time for during the day, is one thing that I would enjoy doing. And that's what I did, and that's how I came up with my Wellness Week activities throughout the whole week. And so now I'm actually doing what I wanted to do on Monday, which is starting to create things. That's why I'm talking to you guys and creating videos. So what does your wellness week or wellness weekend look like? What are you going to do that you enjoy doing? Leave it in the comment section down below. I am probably going to plan out a monthly wellness weekend, because a weekend is much shorter than a week. We don't have that kind of time to do wellness week unless you want to. So let me know in the comment section down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm Shane, and I'll see you next time. Hey everyone, it's Shane. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you're new here, welcome. If you have returned, thank you for coming back. I'm Professor, well, I no longer go by Professor Shane. This is Shane Rains. I do videos about health, wellness, and really pop culture, and really random things that I enjoy making videos about. So today I'd like to talk about distress versus eustress, which are both both kinds of stresses that people don't really know about. When people think about stress, there's usually this weight of anxiety that people go through, and that when they think about stress, but stress can actually be divided into two different things. Let's first address distress. So distress is the stress that people experience or tend to associate when they think of the word stress. When this is the type of stress that really gets you down, gets you anxious, gets you not really feeling like yourself, like you want to curl up into a ball and take a nap because everything is so overwhelming. That's distress. But eustress, E-U-S-T-R-E-S-S, eustress is actually a good kind of stress. That's the kind of stress that motivates you to do the thing that you're supposed to do. So for example, oh, I hope I can cut that out. Okay, so for example, the difference between distress and eustress can be seen in the same situation. Let's take the example of a student studying for a test, and so they can either feel distress, and then with the distress, they feel really anxious about it, but to the point that they are unable to focus, and they just take a nap and be like, okay, well, whatever I know about this topic is whatever I know about this topic, and I'm just gonna take the test tomorrow, and that is it. That's distress. But eustress is when that student is actually motivated to study and go, you know what, I can feel that this is really important to me and I need to get it done, and so I'm going to get it done and study so that I can take this test tomorrow and ace it. That's eustress. So they're similar but different, and they're very different in the way that they affect people. So let me know in the comment section down below if you've experienced the difference between distress and eustress, and how do you deal with that. So let me know in the comment section down below. I'm Shane. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Hey everyone! Thank you so much for watching. My name is Shane, and I'm here to help you make your dreams come true. Seriously, that's the name of the video today. I'm going to make your dreams come true. I'm going to teach you how to do it for yourself. I have always had this idea of being able to pursue your thing and being able to achieve whatever, anything, like literally anything that you want to do in life, you can achieve it. And if you follow the formula, this is the formula that I have used in the past, and an amalgamation of everything that I have learned helped me propel to fulfill the things that I've been wanting to fulfill. And I can't guarantee that it could happen to you too, but maybe it'll give you a better chance. Okay? So the first thing is you have to set an intention. So when you're setting an intention, what that means is that you're thinking about a particular place that you want to be at in your life, and around when in your life do you want it to happen. So for example, I want to finish my doctorate in between 2 to 3 years. So I set that intention. I'm gonna get it done between 2 to 3 years. That means that I have to put the work in. that I am planning for. Okay? So another thing when it comes to helping set an intention is making a vision board. So vision boards are great because they make it so that they're good reminders. They're very pretty reminders of the things that you want to happen and to make come true. For me, I don't really have a vision board. I have a list of the things that I want to accomplish this year as a part of my resolutions. So those are the things that I'm going to strive for with every decision that I make. So the next step is to make a plan. So for me, every week of the year, I need to be writing for dissertation. I need to be contributing towards my dissertation, and I need to make sure that we need to make sure that I actually make it towards the deadlines. If I don't make it towards the deadlines, they're going to be late. If I'm late, I'm going to extend another year and have to wait to get to internship. So I can plan, like I'm gonna write this dissertation, like let's say Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, right? I said, or Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. That way they're all bunched up in together. Let's say I every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday I write for my dissertation every week. Well, the next step is follow through. I actually have to write Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and not just plan it. That's the part that's hard, is actually following through. It's not fun, but it still has to get done. If you want your end game to be something that you can achieve, it's up to you to do those other things that will help you get towards your end game. So for me, in order for me to get my doctorate, I need to make sure at this junction of my life that I'm following through with my idea of writing dissertation Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Because if I miss a day, that's one less day that I've worked towards my dissertation. That makes it harder for me in the future to be able to make it to the deadlines. I think that there's a deadline coming up actually, which probably end of January. I'm not sure. If my dissertation is not ready by that time, I'm not going to be able to go to internship in the fall, which is even less good. That's not good at all. So another thing that along with follow through is making hard decisions. So making hard decisions means having to do things like let go of certain people in your life and letting go of certain activities in your life. So for example, if I really want to do this and then graduate on time, I need to go out less and stop spending money. And I think that those will go hand in hand because I need to not distract myself from having to do the things that I have to do because I don't want to do it. That doesn't make any sense. Make those hard decisions. So if that means that you can't hang out with your friends, it's one less day out of the week or something like that, do it. Figure it out. And if you need help, please feel free to message me. Write out in the comment section down below. And you can order one of my coaching sessions. I'll send you the link. Thank you so much for watching. Make your dreams come true. I've told you the secret, so now you can do it yourself. So thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys next time. Be good.
Hey you guys, it's Jane Rains. Anime, personal development, music, and today I'm gonna give pickled sausage a try. So just to let you guys know, last night last night, right?
Mm-hmm.
Last night, I went to Walmart with my boyfriend, and we went like really late, like 10:50. Did not realizing that they closed at 11. Boo, Walmart, boo. Why do you have to close at 11? We wanted to walk around some more. I needed more things, and now I don't know when I'm gonna have to muster up the energy again to go shopping. Anyway, so on our way to the registers, I saw this, and I was like, "Ooh, is that like a Slim Jim? It's a piece of meat. I really like that. Let's get that." Turns out, it's a Big Mama pickled sausage, and I asked my boyfriend just now, "Hey, what do you think of pickled sausage?" And you know what he did? He dry heaved. He went, "Huh." That's not a good sign, you guys. It's not a good sign at all. But I'm gonna live with my mistakes. Before, instead of consulting someone about food, now I'm going to eat it. So, because I did it, I bought it. I'm gonna eat it. I see it. I like it. I want it. I got it. That's that how that goes? I'm just gonna use scissors. He's not listening to me. Why?
You're just doing the thing. I don't want to interrupt you.
Okay. And by the way, this is not sponsored. I'm just doing this because it's fun. So we're gonna give this a try. It's so phallic. Oh my god. Why is it so phallic on... Oh my god. I don't know if I can put this video up. Is this going to be censored? Okay, I'm gonna eat it now. I'm gonna eat it now. Babe is right.
You gonna finish it?
No. No. Oh my god. Oh, I'm gonna have to wash that down with Popeyes. You guys, that's gonna be a no for me on the pickled sausage. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna finish it. I'm gonna have to live with wasting money instead of eating wasted money. I'm just gonna throw it out. So that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is me signing off. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, and leave me in the comment section down below. Leave me a comment. Let me know, do you like pickled sausage? Why or why not? Okay, bye guys. Bye! Hi everyone, it's Shane again. Thank you so much for watching. Have you ever wanted to just move out of state, start a new life with a new job, new friends, new place to live? I've done that. Do you want to know how I did it? So today's video is going to be about taking the leap. So I wanted to talk about taking the leap. Finally going for that job you've always wanted. Moving out of state. Actually going to grad school. Just doing something different that you've always wanted to do but you're afraid to do. Let me tell you, it is not easy. I have done that multiple times in my life. I have lived in another country before. I've moved out of a state before. And it's rough. Well, it's rough at first. So let me take you on my journey on the way to grad school, right? Everybody's experience with undergrad is different. For me, what I did was work about 40 to 60 hours doing 2 different part-time jobs and then go to school full-time. It was not easy, but I did it, and I can say that I did it with an enormous and full schedule. And then right after that, because of the career that I was pursuing at the time, I wanted to go into psychology. In order to be successful in psychology, you need to have more than your undergraduate degree. And so I started applying to graduate schools, and I got into the Chicago School of Professional Psychology in the LA campus. And mind you, that was really awesome, but also on the other side of the country. This is me moving from New Jersey all the way to Los Angeles, California. And you know what? That was a really super scary move. I had about $1,000 to play with before student loans started coming in for me to actually survive in Los Angeles. That was like a little over a month before grad school started when I moved out there. But the biggest challenge of that, besides the financial stuff, because that's also a pretty big challenge, the biggest challenge was mindset. Change your mindset about it. Just, it's one of those things where at the very beginning, once I applied, got in, it was really easy to go, you know what, I changed my mind because XYZ issues. I don't have enough money to go to school. I don't want to leave my family. I don't want to get stuck out there. I don't know if I'm gonna get a job. There's so many, there were so many excuses that I could have given myself where I never would have gotten my master's. But I did it, totally. And you can do whatever you want, but it starts with changing your mindset. So how do you actually change your mindset? Well, you gotta think about it this way. What is your motivation? What is your motivation for wanting to do the thing that you want to do? Is it to change your life? Is it to start new? Well, why do you want to do that? Why do you want to start new? Is it to fulfill a dream of yours, to become a doctor, a lawyer, be able to have a farm somewhere in the middle of nowhere? I don't know what your dream is, but you have to find that out. You have to figure out what's driving you to do the thing that you want to do, because that's where you're going to tap your energy. There's this idea called intrinsic motivation. So it's that idea that you're motivated or you're driven by the things inside you. You do it because it feels good. You do it because it satisfies some sort of, you do it because it satisfies the drive inside of you and because it makes you happy. That's very different from extrinsic motivation. And extrinsic motivation is really driven by either trying to avoid punishment or there's some sort of reward. For example, money. And money is, I'm not saying that money is not a good thing to drive you to do what you want to do. So for some people, they get incredibly motivated to get money, to pursue the almighty dollar. But that's okay. And that's totally okay. For me, I really wanted to become a psychologist. There was this intrinsic motivation. I have a belief in myself to become what I wanted to be. That time, that is what drove me. Now everything is different. My life has shifted to a different path, a different quest, if you will. And for me, creating and being able to share, I don't know if I'm a healer or not, and I think that there's a lot of psychologists who are healers. They're naturally able to help others. And right now I don't know if that's me. Anyway, got distracted. When it comes to the difference between intrinsic motivation and extrinsic motivation, intrinsic motivation is a lot stronger in terms of motivating someone. Because think about it. If you were motivated to go to Chicago, let's say, right? You wanted to move to Chicago because of a new job. Are you being motivated by wanting to move to Chicago, or are you being motivated by money? Let's say you're being motivated by money. If that job is gone, you're not gonna want to go to Chicago. But if your dream was to move to Chicago, you're gonna move there anyway. You will find a way to do it. But I already made my point. Anyway, guys, the intrinsic motivation that I had was to pursue the dream that I had at that time. And you know what? It worked. A lot of people were telling me, Shane, you gotta think about what you're doing because it's kind of scary. What if you don't survive? Da, da, da. You know what? Made it work. Made it work. It was an adventure for sure, but I'm glad that I did it. So I hope that that helps you with your own need to take the leap. If you need to take the leap, find out what it is that's driving you in order to take this leap. Have you figured this out? What's driving you and what is it that you want to do? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe and turn on notifications. Thank you so much for watching again. 2 times I said thank you. See you next time. Bye! Hello everybody and welcome back. It's me, Shane. You might notice that I recently changed around my name. I used to be known as Professor Shane.
Turned. Hopefully the sound is okay. Come on. Turn on, turn on, turn. Wow, that was a really cool message that I had in one of my videos. I should make more videos that are like that because that was actually really helpful to me. And I was talking to anyone who was in the same boat as me. So I think I'm gonna revisit some of the old content that I had. I've always been somehow in wellness and self-care, health, focusing on that. I guess because I've been focusing on that for myself. So cool. I don't know where which one that is. Oh, here it is. TikToks where mom poisons her children for views. The Harris family. Who the fuck does that? Okay, I want to learn about.
Yes, I know you all wanted it. Another Mr. Beast video. You were clamoring. You're not tired of it at all. You want more. You need more. You need me to feed it into your mouth like a baby bird type thing.
Hey guys! Oh my goodness, Riley, what are you wearing? Who's Riley? I'm Turkey Tom.
So last time we checked up on America's favorite YouTuber with Crohn's, Mr. Beast had just been interviewed by Oompaville trying to clear his name, and overall I would say the internet's reception has been mixed. Some people said it was pretty good, but I think the majority of people feel that it was kind of a glazing interview, like a lot of the big questions weren't really asked, or they weren't asked well enough. They basically think that Oompaville is like some kind of plant who got paid millions to glaze the breaster and basically gave him softball questions on purpose, which is true. I mean, me, him, a lot of other people do get massive checks from Mr. Beast, so obviously I can't be dishonest about that, right? This house that I live in, Mr. Beast bought it for me, and as a result, I have to suck on Chris every day.
God, you suck.
But when I covered it, I concluded my video by saying that overall, I think about 70% of the interview was good, and Oompaville did the best he could given the prep time he had of 24 hours. But even at that, some people are still saying they're disappointed and that Oompa glazed him too much, which I understand the disappointment. I think that does make sense. Ultimately, I think in regards to certain things, like the crypto thing, I think that the crypto situation was not answered super well by Mr. Beast, and that's what I said in my first video. And that's actually what we're going to talk about today, because about a week ago, CoffeeZilla covered Mr. Beast and the crypto allegations made against him, and essentially came to the conclusion that it seems like some shady stuff might have gone on with him, some trades might have happened that Mr. Beast was involved in that kind of look bad for him. And Mr. Beast's only explanation is really, well, I didn't know, I didn't make the trades, which is seemingly not really exactly true, but we're gonna get into it. So essentially you have CoffeeZilla. He made a video alleging that Mr. Beast was involved in various pump and dumps with this fund that he has, and the only real response from the fund was essentially saying, hey, well, you know, we're not really managed by Mr. Beast, we're our own thing. So he didn't have any involvement. We complied with all regulations. It was a very kind of cringe PR response that I don't think satisfied a lot of people, because it left a lot of open-ended, you know, answers that we just didn't have. And ultimately in the Oompaville interview, Mr. Beast also didn't do a great job of answering it, which is why Jimmy has not really made an updated statement since then. The only person who's actually responded to him and called him out is CoffeeZilla himself, who I think should have been the one to interview him in the first place, at least when it came to the crypto stuff. I think that would have been ideal, because, you know, Oompaville, or even I, am not as knowledgeable about the crypto world as someone like CoffeeZilla, who spends all of his time investigating it. So I think that Mr. Beast should have to do an interview with him. He should be forced in a room, tied to a chair, duct tape there, and just have to answer to these.
I forgot that he's sarcastic like that. Okay, I'm done with that.
What's the best piece of advice your mother's ever given you?
The best piece of advice my mom's given me is to never forget God, and to just keep him first, because he blessed me with this, and I gotta use it as a platform. So
nice. Amen.
Amen.
Oh, right. I can't watch this because I'll get that fucking copyright strike thing happen to me. Don't want that. Oh no.
A lot of you know this, but I used to be a League of Legends fiend. From seasons 3 to 7, I played pretty much daily, and not to toot my own horn, but I was quite the menace on Summoner's Rift. I even posted videos back then playing League of Legends like Poppy Linebacker, or when Bard released, I tried to make a push to Challenger using only Bard. I really loved League of Legends, but like everyone who plays it, it's a love-hate relationship where wins started to feel like nothing. I was numb to wins, but losses, those were soul-crushing. One bad game could ruin my whole day, and it would send me down this degenerate spiral where I'd keep queuing beyond tilted off this fucking planet, off my gourd, so I'd continue to lose games, a self-fulfilling prophecy that would just make me utterly miserable. And this is when I was in college, so I'd sometimes prioritize League over any of the schoolwork. Never to like a huge detriment, because I'd still get the schoolwork done in time, but it was definitely one of those things where I would sit down and play like 9 hours straight, forget to eat, forget to pee, like, and then I'd start freaking out about deep vein thrombosis because I hadn't moved in 9 hours. Like, it was bad. Eventually, though, I grit my teeth and kicked the habit.
Make sure that you're getting up to stretch. Did you stretch today? Make sure to get up.
And I've never looked back. I've been sober ever since. Many of you may have also picked up on this, but sometimes I get really into things. I collect addictions like Infinity Stones. Lord help me, I never like fall down and something goes up my wiener hole, I'd probably get addicted to sounding. Like there's things that I become like really into that I don't even actually like all that much, but I just can't help but just get into them, like really enthusiastic about them. And League was one of those games. But like I said, I kicked the habit and I hadn't really touched the substance in years until 2 days ago. I love Arcane. I really liked Season 1, but even liking Season 1 as much as I did, I was able to maintain strong willpower and I avoided League with gusto. Season 2 of Arcane just wrapped up. Unfortunately, I wasn't that strong this time around because it drew me back in. Oh, Arcane got ya, huh? It wasn't even Arcane. Arcane was like a nudge. I can't believe I've relapsed after so many years. I have been sober from League for probably close to 5 or 6 years. And I'm falling off the wagon here now.
Oh, no.
Arcane was a contributing factor, but I actually think one of the biggest reasons that really drew me back to it is because I was watching Ludwig stream it a few times, and it was actually infuriating watching him struggle that much with the game, that I was like coaching him at, like I was like screaming at my stream, like coaching him on everything he was doing wrong, and now I just want to play the game.
Oh.
I can't help it now. I can't fight the urge anymore. I'm not playing solo queue. I'm not that bad yet. We don't need to get, an intervention in place. I'm playing with Matt, Danny, Aaron, and Chase, so we're gonna flex. It's not we're not, I'm not snorting blow out of a hooker's ass right now to pay for League skins or anything. We're still okay overall. I would actually prefer if you just did drugs. Me too, man. It's so much easier to quit than League. League is like the most shameful drug to be addicted to. Like, I'd rather be huffing Jinkum. Who's like a very aggressive support? Because I'm going to play support for the boys. I'm going to let them play their lanes. I'm pretty sure I can still play an aggressive support and do fine. Is Brand still a strong pick?
He's pushing hard. This is just what we want.
No, this is good for us. This is good for us. I actually don't remember what Zyra's abilities do besides her snare.
Well, that's also good for us. Don't worry. Darius is not, if we want to.
Yeah, I'm down to try and turn up here.
Ari's kind of floating bottom because she knows she can do whatever she wants. She's not. She's still here.
Oop.
Nice.
Damn.
Oh, Echo came.
No.
No, I was so close.
Okay.
Still going?
I am not really into it. Let us switch. Mm. I've been on for 2 hours. Guys, I think I'm gonna head out. Good morning, have a good afternoon, have a good night. See you guys next time. Well, probably it might be sooner than you think, Chris.